Hey guys, what's going on? You know what time it is. Big things popping, little things stopping. So just sit back and enjoy the view. For the VIP lounge, it's for people better than you. This is a topic I tried to avoid not to talk. I really didn't want to talk about it, but after reading some more stuff today, it really pushed me to talk about this. And that is the state of TNA. And this is kind of a rant almost. So I'm going to drink some Kool-Aid here to get me going. And if you're guessing what flavor, great. Anyway, what's the state of TNA? Over the last, you can say, week, they have fired like almost a dozen people, like 9 people. They've gotten rid of Christian York, Crimson, Matt Morgan, Joey Ryan, Madison Rain, Taylor Hendricks, and then just recently Tara and Doc. And then I found out today they just released one of their executives on their PR team who was in charge of like TV production and stuff, as well as Bruce Pritchard, one of their bookers. Now, to me, I didn't think Bruce Pritchard did a bad job as a booker for TNA. I thought he did a pretty decent job. I think the one thing that he kind of put a bad taste in people's mouth was this whole Aces and Ace thing, which he had dragged out, just way too long. Which kind of made me wonder, since Bruce Pritchard is out the door, is that the reason why they had Bully drop the belt to Chris Sabin? Because the Ace and Ace thing was Pritchard's whole idea. So, along with Bully Rays, actually, too. But anyway, but still, it's just really bad for TNA. And I know, you may say all these guys that they're dropping, and nobody's this, that, and the other, da. But it's really bad that TNA continue to just, it's no consistency in that company whatsoever. Every time you have a revolving door around not only just talent and stars, but even people in your PR team, people that do stuff in the back, your bookers, your creative team, your public relations, people that are in charge of TV production, all and whatnot. Anytime that is revolving door consistently, that is a problem. It is a big problem, and it's very frustrating coming from TNA, because it's like, what in the hell? When are you going to be content with something that and just stick with it? Really? It's ridiculous. And I really I have to go back to Dixie Carter on this, because I said it like 3 years ago, and I'm gonna say it again. Not saying that a woman cannot be in charge of a wrestling profession company or a businesswoman or a business company. Woman that's should have just as many equal rights as a man has. But Dixie does not know squat of how to run a wrestling company. All Dixie Carter knows how to do is to write off checks to pay the stars, most notably the WWE has-beens, and keeping the lights on in that place. That's all Dixie Carter is good for. It's just a cash cow. And even then, to a degree, Spike, I think, is the only thing that's keeping TNA alive. Probably more so than Dixie Carter herself, because it is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Dixie knows diddly squat about wrestling. I don't think she really knows. She may know how to run a business, but how to run a wrestling business, I don't think she knows how to do that. I think she looks to other people who know more about wrestling to tell her what to do. And other men in the wrestling business, where it's a cutthroat business, you take advantage of people. They see that Dixie is vulnerable. She doesn't know anything, and they take advantage of her. I really believe that. And I mean, I hate being one of those type of people that always say, this company's not going to last, this company's going to close down, this, that, or the other, la, 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 la. because a lot of people didn't even think that TNA would make it this far, past 10 years. Well, not even past 10 years, but 11 years. This past June. Because I think wrestling, it needs to be more thriving wrestling comes, because it's good for wrestling fans, more enjoyable for wrestling fans, the business overall, and for talent to go. But anytime, it's just like I said, from ground zero, from day one with TNA, it had been just a revolving door with bookers and stars and this and that, and I don't know how long TNA will last. I don't want to put an expiration date on the company and say, oh, they're going to die by 2015 or they're going to die next year. But looking at the choices and things that TNA does, I don't know how much longer they can last. It's ridiculous. Who they're going to have as part of is head booker now, instead of Bruce Pritchard. Hopefully not Eric Bischoff. We've had Eric Bischoff's taste in writing, 2 years ago. It's crap. I think TNA, they missed the ball when they had the opportunity to bring Paul Heyman in. They missed the ball. That could have been a lightning in the bottle stroke of... Paul Heyman could have turned that company around, creatively at least, more than anything. But they missed the ball. All because of why? Because Paul Heyman says that if he's coming to TNA, anyone over the age of 40, he will cut their effing heads off. Out the door you go. He will only keep one veteran, which he would probably, and I think he said the one veteran he probably would keep would be Kurt Angle. But Dixie did not want that. She didn't want that. That was the one. Come on. Dixie Carter had offered Paul Heyman creative control, okay, and booking. Offered him a nice prime time executive position within TNA, and all Paul Heyman asked was, anyone over 40, getting rid of. And she just said, no. That one exception. Are you serious, Dixie? Are you freaking serious, Dixie? Just drop the ball. I think Paul Heyman would have been a bigger acquisition for TNA, better than Hulk Hogan. I mean, really. I found out recently that they're paying his daughter, Brooke Hogan, $75,000. $75,000. For what? She's on the 2-hour show for like 15 seconds. I have a 2-hour show. She's there for like 15 seconds. Maybe 5 minutes being the most. What's she getting paid $75,000 for? It's bad enough that her father, Hulk Hogan, is taking $2 million out of the company. What is she paying? Why are you paying her $75,000 for? She's useless. She hasn't done anything else with the knockouts. It's useless. It's pointless. Why are you giving Hogan's daughter $75,000 freaking dollars? That could be cash you could be using to consistently pay your talent to stay on the roster, on your main roster. Come on, TNA, really. Another thing, I love Sting. I love Sting to death. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Top 10. But what has Sting done for the company? He's okay. I get it. He's been there. He's a big name talent. He doesn't really care about the big paychecks and all that other stuff. Even though they are paying him handsomely well, I must say. But still, what has changed in the 7 years that Sting has been in TNA? What has changed in TNA? It was great that he came in back in 2006 and 7. I thought those were some good years with Sting in TNA from 2006 all the way to throughout 2007. From 2008 to current, there's no need for Sting. Let Sting go. He's doing nothing for the company whatsoever. Stop bringing in these damn MMA fighters. King Mo, Rampage Jackson. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. This makes the 4th time TNA has brought somebody from TNA. Then they brought in, not Frank Mir. I forgot that one guy that had that feud with AJ Styles back in 2009. Buff and stuff that brought it up to my members before. Bobby Lashley. King Mo. Now Rampage Jackson. Wouldn't you have learned like the second time you got in Bobby Lashley and the whole thing didn't work? Stop bringing in the MMA fighters from UFC. I know they're trying to work a little deal out with Bellator, but trust me, Bellator doesn't need your publicity, because Bellator have more money and they're doing far better than what you are right now. TNA, you need them more than they need you in terms of this partnership. But still, just stop it, please. Stop bringing these UFC fighters. Be consistent. Okay, this is why I had boycotted TNA back in 2010 until like throughout mid 2011, because there's no consistency in that company. If there's no consistency and no stability behind the scenes of TNA, then what lies ahead in the future for that company? Because it is in the back. It is the corporate office. It is the executives that run the ship of the wrestling company. What goes on there, what happens there up top, trickles down to what we see on TV. If you're messed up backstage, that junk's gonna show, and it ain't gonna show well at the front of the stage. So this is just a little tangible rant. I just had to get out. I'm really sick of TNA with this inconsistent stuff. And you may say, hey, some of these talents, guys, they don't need book. Brother Pritchard's booking is terrible. This, that, da, 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 da. But I mean, whatever talent you think was great or not, should have been released, should not have been released. There's no consistency in TNA, and I wonder how long are they gonna last. I think the only thing that's keeping a beating pulse in TNA is Spike's lucrative contract with that company. You guys let me know what you think in the box below. Comment, subscribe. Peace.